3 years ago, our next guest was living in his car and only had $21 in his pocket. But today, he's got a lot to celebrate. He's nominated for the CMA's 2020 New Artist of the Year Award. His latest EP, Betty James, features big names like Brad Paisley, Nelly, Tim McGraw, just to name a few. Please welcome the man that is shaking up country music and everybody's falling in love with him, Jimmie Allen. Hi, Jimmie. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. Not better than you, but I'm good. Listen, I mean, you just last week, you sang one of your #1 hits, Make Me Want To, at the famous Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. Oh, my goodness. This was your first time performing for the ACMs. What was it? Was it everything you could have imagined at such an iconic location?
Yeah, I played the Bluebird before a couple of times for like writers rounds, but never for a national television artist, wearing them tiny leather pants. But it was worth it. You gotta
That was very Elvis of you. Make your big national debut in tight leather. Nothing can go wrong.
I like to channel my inner Prince, my inner Elton John.
I like it. I like it. Tell me, what is it? When I just said a few years ago, 3 years ago, you are in your car sleeping, and then you've got $21 to your name, and now you're on this national stage with everyone talking about you. I mean, do you wake up some mornings and just like, as they say, pinch yourself?
I do. It's more like slap myself. But yeah, it's, the crazy thing is, I remember, being a kid and like all my mom listened to was Christian music. She's from Oakland, California, and my dad from Rehoboth, Delaware. Like I grew up in Milton, and all he listened to was country music. So from the time I was a kid, I've listened to country music, hip hop, Christian, R&B, real R&B. And I just, I've always wanted to do the country music thing, but I kind of wanted to do it, my way, like with all of my influences and not be ashamed of it. And I was lucky enough to find this guy by the name of Ash Bowers. He discovered me at Puckett's grocery store in Franklin,
What were
Tennessee.
you doing at Puckett's grocery store?
I was in it was a songwriters round. I had 3 jobs at the time, so I called out all 3 jobs. I was like, I can at least play some music, I get $200, and I get a free meal. So I'm in. And that's where Ash found me. Then we wrote for a year. Then a guy by the name of John Loba, he signed me over at Broken Bow, him and Zach Katz. And Broken Bow, they've been amazing. I was able to get with UK for my booking agent.
So tell me this, I'm curious. So when you're in that car and it feels like all hope is gone, you talked about your faith and growing up listening to your mom's Christian music. Was there something that told you it's going to be okay? You'll get there.
Yeah, I was raised around a lot of strong women, survivors. My mother, my grandmother, my dad was a survivor, my aunts, my uncles. And I've seen people their whole life have so many things thrown at them, and they always find a way to get up and keep going. So I'm like, why not? I was like, eventually, I feel like every no brings you closer to a yes. So I was like, sooner or later, these people are either gonna give me a shot because they think I'm talented, or I'm gonna get on their last nerve. Once they do, it's on.
Either way, I'm in the door. Your new EP, you recorded the song Why Things Happen with your childhood musical hero, Charlie Pride, and Darius Rucker, who's a friend of mine and a great guy. What was that like for you?
Oh my God, gosh. Like I can't even put it into words because I remember I wrote that song the day after Kobe died with my bass player, Tate Howe, Kerry Barlow, and Brandon Day. And we were just thinking about how life throws things at you that you're not prepared for. And you never get questions answered sometimes, but for some reason, there's some sort of clarity and peace in asking the question. So when I was thinking about the song, I was like, I want to do a song with Darius. So I had sent Darius a song before, and Darius was like, I think we should do a song with Charlie. But he said, I don't think our first song with Charlie should be a drinking song. And I was like, you know what? You right. He was like,
don't call the country music legend with a drinking song. Rule number 1.
He was like, let's hit something beneath the surface. And me and Darius went to Amsterdam together in March. And I played on Why Things Happen. He was like, That's the song. So he said yes. Called Charlie, Mr. Pride. He said yes, and I was like, and I remember hearing them on the song together that I co-wrote, and I'm like, what is life right now?
What is
You know,
life
because
right now?
this guy Charlie's a legend, man. People forget when this guy was singing country music. You know, you know, black people were still publicly getting humiliated and beaten in the streets, and this guy is singing country music to predominantly white people.
Yeah.
Like he's told me stories where he was, called different things and so many things he had to go through, with so many people would have quit, but he kept showing up. And because of his courage, you have a Darius Rucker now in country.
Yeah.
You have Kane Brown, you have Mickey Guyton, you have Aaron Vance, you have Cowboy Troy,
Right.
um, and
A whole
so many.
generation of people making incredible music.